Welcome to Breaking the Breaking Up Blueprint, healing your lineage to attract whole love. I'm Heather, your spiritual relationship life coach. I want to start by acknowledging something real. Heartbreak is awful. It leaves you feeling lost, lonely, and feeling like you'll never trust your heart again. If you've been through the pain of a breakup or divorce, maybe once, twice, or even more, and still find yourself stuck attracting partners who aren't fully present or emotionally available, you're not alone. That pattern, it's a direct reflection of what's going on inside you, energetically, mentally, and spiritually. Today, we're diving deep into breaking those old patterns, those invisible cords from your past relationships and family lineage that keep pulling you back into the same drama, the same heartbreak. I'm here to show you how to regenerate yourself, self-love, self-confidence, self-esteem, and self-respect, so you can raise your vibe to attract a partner who's truly your equal. No more rescuing, no more healing someone else's wounds. This isn't about quick fixes or superficial positive thinking fluff. It's about real, lasting transformation, the kind that rewires your energy, clears your emotional baggage, and rewrites your relationship blueprint, so you finally feel peace of mind, genuine love, and fulfillment. By the end of this session, you'll have a clear map of the internal shifts you need to make, tools to start letting go of the past, and a powerful vision of the love you deserve, a love that reflects the healed, whole woman that you are becoming. So let me start by saying who I am. I went from divorce at the age of 49 to now guiding soul-led women to emotional freedom by going through that journey step by step myself. Now, why this work matters to me, it isn't just about dating advice. This is very deep-rooted soul healing. And what we'll cover today is the hidden roots of heartbreak, how to heal what you may have inherited from your ancestors. And it can go back, believe it or not, 6 to 8 generations, and how to attract whole love from wholeness. Now, breakups aren't just about one person. They're about patterns repeating, old wounds, ancestral trauma, and limiting beliefs that live in your energy field. And these unconscious patterns keep pulling you toward the same heartbreak stories. And symptoms may be low self-esteem, feeling unlovable, attracting unavailable partners. And your current love life is actually a reflection of your inner world. And it's time to heal from the inside out. And this is the blueprint that needs breaking for peace and true connection. To be honest, repeating relationship patterns feels like emotional deja vu. You meet someone new, feel hopeful, and then the same story plays out again. You overgive, you wait for them to change, you feel unseen, unloved, and drained. That inner voice whispers, "What's wrong with me?" Now, this isn't your fault. It's your unhealed programming doing the choosing. If we don't interrupt the cycle, it becomes the template that we live and model to our kids. And healing these patterns means you stop settling and start receiving. So emotional patterns don't start with you. They're passed down through generations. It could be betrayal, abuse, abandonment, or programs of scarcity or subservience. And you may feel, why do I keep attracting unavailable men? I know better, but I still fall into the same trap. I'm strong, but I'm tired of holding it all together. Here's the truth. You can't just think your way into a better relationship. You've got to heal what's hidden. What needs healing? Is it unprocessed heartbreak stored in your nervous system? Or it could be inner child wounds of abandonment, rejection, or shame. It could be ancestral beliefs like love means suffering, or I must earn love. Or perhaps it's old vows of subservience, silence, self-sacrifice. It could be self-worth distortions, the ones that say, I'm too much, or I am not enough. These create energetic blocks that repel healthy love. When you don't feel safe in love, you attract chaos or retreat into loneliness. And healing is not about actually fixing you. It's about you returning to wholeness. Now, I've mentioned to you there could be generational trauma. Granddad could have abandoned grandma. Dad might have abandoned mum, and now you've been in a relationship and maybe he's abandoned you. It's that kind of becoming aware of patterns down the ancestral line. Or it could be hidden vows that you're not even aware on a conscious level that is causing a problem. Now, there's common unconscious vows and beliefs such as I must do it all alone, or love is dangerous because it's going to hurt me, or I follow what is expected of me because I don't want to upset other people, all of that kind of thing. And all of that is stored in our energetic field, in our body and in the nervous system. When you heal, you change frequency, and that changes everything. You stop attracting partners who need rescuing or who trigger your pain. You become magnetic to someone who meets you with respect, safety, and love. Your self-worth upgrades. You no longer chase or tolerate breadcrumbs or abandon yourself. Peace replaces anxiety. Confidence replaces people-pleasing. You show up as your whole radiant self, and your love life finally reflects that. This is the shift from surviving love to thriving in it. Now, your nervous system is your internal GPS, and dysregulation keeps you in that fight, flight, freeze around love mode, and it attracting chaos then kind of feels normal, and stability feels boring or unsafe. What is ancestral healing? The Akashic records are like a soul's library of every chapter that they have experienced. And there's access there to deep-rooted memories and patterns. And it heals across timelines. So it's past lives, generational stories, subconscious vows. And I must say, this isn't just mindset work. We go soul deep. And I blend the Akashic record clearing, the energetic healing, the nervous system regulation with coaching. We uncover and release vows that keep you stuck, like I must be alone or love is dangerous, and subconscious beliefs passed through generations, and emotional pain trapped in the body and the energy field. We reprogram your inner blueprint so you feel safe to love and be loved again. This is where real lasting change happens from the inside out, because your next relationship shouldn't be another learning curve, another lesson. It should be a reward. Talk about the process of what I do with my clients. Wherever my client is, they could be in Australia, Canada, America, Dubai, I connect with their higher consciousness, their higher self, by using a crystal. And I discover their life theme, their life challenge and other things by using many charts that I've got here in this folder. And they gain knowledge of the bigger picture. What did their soul choose as their life theme and challenge before they were born? And then I find out from Kabbalah astrology what they have come to correct in this lifetime and what they experienced in one of their previous chapters. You don't have to believe in past lives for this process to work. And then working with their higher consciousness and using the charts, we remove negative energies and programs from past lives to regulate their nervous system. And then we find out if we need to rebalance their chakras, their energy centers, if necessary, and offer solutions and guidance towards their goals. For greater understanding, I'd like to share with you a client case study. I'm going to call her Ellen. That's not her real name because everything that I do is highly confidential. So she came to me when she'd reached emotional rock bottom and she said, I can't live like this anymore. I'm existing, I'm not living. And for years she'd been trapped in a cycle of people pleasing, self-abandonment and feeling invisible in love, always giving more than she received, hoping someone would finally choose her. So through our work together, including deep Akashic record clearing, we uncovered her life theme and soul challenge, which actually was affection and love. And that's why it had been a challenge for her. It had always just felt out of reach. So we cleared the ancestral pain, the vows, the old soul contracts that had kept her in emotional survival mode, energy she'd unknowingly carried, not just for herself, but it goes down the generations. So her children were cleared as well as herself as we did the work. And as she began to see the truth of her patterns, everything shifted. She understood why she kept attracting emotionally unavailable men, and she finally released the guilt, the shame and the resentment that had been weighing her down for years. And now Ellen is so calm, she's grounded, empowered and open. She's no longer chasing love, but she's receiving it. She's ready for an equal conscious partnership, and this time it feels safe to be loved. Healing isn't just about changing your thoughts. If that worked, you'd already be free, wouldn't you? We need to work at all three levels. Your mind. We recognise and rewrite limiting beliefs, the ones you inherited, absorbed or unconsciously created. These are the beliefs that whisper, I'm not lovable, I have to earn love, all men leave. We don't affirm over them, we clear them at the root. And next, your body. Your body remembers everything. We use somatic techniques to regulate your nervous system and release stored emotions, grief, fear, shame that keep you stuck. Until the body feels safe, love will always feel like a threat. And your soul. We go into the Akashic records where your soul's truth lives. Here we restore what's been distorted by trauma, old vows, or ancestral pain. This is where your true power returns, not as a concept, but as a felt experience. This is how we create change that lasts, not just in your love life, but in your entire life. Now, let me share the 5 pillars I walk every woman through, whether she's heartbroken or stuck or simply ready to rise into her next chapter. Firstly, self-love. Rebuilding the relationship with yourself so you stop settling and start receiving. No more crumbs when you're made for feasts. And then self-confidence. We uncover and dissolve the inner critic and the fear of being too much. And then you walk into rooms or go on dates knowing your value. And self-esteem, rewiring how you see yourself. You no longer seek validation, you embody it. You become the prize, period. And self-respect. You set boundaries that honour your soul, not your fear of being alone. You don't chase, you choose. And self-belief, the final unlock. You start trusting your own intuition again. You become magnetic to love that's whole, grounded and real. These 5 pillars bring your energy back online. They shift your frequency from survival to sacred sovereignty. Here's a great affirmation that you can jot down on a sticky notelet. It's I am no longer available for half-hearted love. I am calling in the sacred, the honest and the whole. And you can stick that up on a mirror when you brush your teeth, or on the mirror when you're putting on your lip gloss, your makeup. It can go wherever you are reminded that you are no longer available for half-hearted love. When you heal, you no longer operate from wounds, you operate from wholeness. You stop being ruled by fear, shame, or the need to prove yourself. You don't just set boundaries, you embody standards, and people start rising to meet them or falling away without drama. You feel safe to be seen, to be soft, to receive, and you realize softness is not weakness, it's power in its feminine form. You no longer chase emotionally unavailable men hoping they'll change. You attract emotionally available love because you are emotionally available to yourself. And if you have children, they witness a woman who honors her truth, her energy, her worth. And that healing ripples through generations. Healing doesn't just change your relationships, it changes your frequency, your presence, your peace, and what you allow in your life. If what we've covered today has opened something inside you, that quiet voice whispering, it's time to trust myself again, I'd love to invite you to the next step. You can join the Self-Trust Reboot Masterclass, which is only £97. It's designed to help you rebuild deep self-trust, release energetic self-sabotage, and feel calm and confident in love again. And if you're feeling called to go even deeper, you can book a 90-minute one-on-one Akashic Records clearing session with me. It's £236, where we'll clear the vows, the trauma, the ancestral patterns that keep you guarded or doubting yourself. Or if you'd prefer to begin quietly, you can simply send me your name and date of birth, and I can do the Akashic clearing for 90 minutes and write out a full report which I'll email to you, which will be uncovering your soul's themes, challenges and purpose. And then that can be followed by question and answers either on the phone or via email, where I can answer any of your questions. So whether you want to be on Zoom with me, whether you don't, you choose. When you say yes to healing, because you would then begin shifting your vibration from survival to self-trust, peace and open-hearted love. Here are the links if you choose to opt in to the masterclass, or whether you wish to opt in to have an Akashic Records clearing. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember, you're not broken, you are remembering, and as you remember, you return home to the woman you were always meant to be. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn. If you wish to email me, it's heather@heatherprince.co.uk. If you want to go and have a little look at my website, it's www.therootmaster.com, and I look forward to hearing from you. Take care. Bye bye.